Okay, our third game is going to be Mini versus Soulkey. It's going to be on Icarus, which many people may not know very well, but Icarus is a very interesting map. Going to be a lot of fun stuff going down. Up here on the top side, in this brown color, that is going to be Mini, who is up 2-0 in the race Survival Wars, has done quite a lot for his race, the Protoss race. See if he'll be able to eliminate yet another Zerg. Because down here, it is going to be the teal Zerg. It's going to be Soulkey, what we know as the Zerg Hope. A lot of people saying that Soulkey is the best Zerg player out there. I'm not sure if I totally agree with that, but I think that Soulkey is definitely a formidable opponent, and this is going to be a tough fight for Mini, no doubt. So Icarus is a very weird map. It kind of reminds me almost like a it's very much kind of like a Neo Lost Temple, where you have the main, it goes into a very obvious natural, and then the third bases on the map are either you're going to have to take a main or a natural somewhere else, or they're tucked away in these corners. So it's very much, you could say the general layout of the map looks a lot like Lost Temple, but without some of the retarded spawn positions and islands and stuff like that. It's going to be a gateway coming out first for Mini, so Mini going to be getting very aggressive right away, but luckily Soulkey playing smart. He's actually going to be going for the quick pull instead, knowing that the rush distances on this map are fairly short. It is a large map, but the rush distances aren't very long at all. So he's going to be going for that overpull. It's just going to allow him to just get a lot of links up early on. It's pretty much the perfect counter to the gateway first build. Not saying that he won't take any damage from the gateway first. It's still very skill dependent, but it is definitely one of the better openings that you can do versus that. Now putting down the fast hatch. So he's not going to wait for his first set of Zerglings before putting down a hatch, which means the Zerglings will come a little bit later, but it'll be all right for him. We'll have to see how greedy he was with the drone count. Sometimes Zerg players will go for 2 drones before Zerglings. Sometimes they'll make a full 6 Zerglings with the first 3 larvae afterwards, but it really just depends on how the Zerg is feeling on that day. We got 2 lings so far. It looks like the rest were drones, so it has been a little bit greedy for Soulkey so far, and this is interesting. This Zealot is actually just going to camp out over here by the gateway instead of actually moving out. So this is just going to be a very defensive build by Mini, which is kind of weird to me. It might just be because these chokes are so narrow, and because he spawned cross-map from his opponent, he realizes there's no real reason to get that Zealot moving out across the map. It's much easier to just go ahead and play safer and get a wall up as fast as possible. He's actually going to block the ramp. He's really nervous about a Ling trying to get in right now, because he hasn't put on any pressure. He hasn't prevented the Zerg from getting any scouting information. That's going to be a little bit obnoxious for him. I hope he does get this wall up pretty soon. And Zealot is going to pop out, going to be able to push this Ling away for now, but a couple more Lings coming out right now. And Soulkey even actually committing even more. This is going to be quite a few Lings moving out across the map. Right now, the block is pretty good, but he's got to move that probe at some point so he can actually build a forge and start a wall off. Just relying on pure Zealots to defend this is going to be pretty difficult, especially since he still needs 2 Zealots to block his ramp. Another Zealot coming out, going to be able to start pushing these Lings away, but this is a very difficult position for Mini right now. He's going to have to micro this perfectly, and Soulkey is continuing to put on the pressure. He got Link speed first, which is very smart. This is what you do versus this build. He's going to get a couple of Links into the main. This is so obnoxious to deal with, and this is going to become very, very difficult for Mini to hold off now, because he has to send at least one of the Zealots into the main to deal with this. Meanwhile, Soulkey's going to be putting a lot of pressure over into the natural. There still isn't a wall up. Going to be able to kill off one of those probes. He's going to be able to kill off these Zealots. It doesn't look like it. It was kind of bad targeting there coming out for Soulkey, but he is not laying off the Ling pressure. He's continuing to make tons and tons of Lings. He's going to get in here, make sure his opponent can't actually get a cannon up very easily. And all of these Lings just running around in the main, just trying to be annoying. This really wasn't as bad as it really could have been for Mini. Mini maybe getting a little bit lucky with the way that Soulkey played, but Soulkey really isn't stopping this Ling pressure. And this could just be very well an all-in, just trying to surround all of these units, trying to kill off the cannon. He might be able to actually get away with it. He's going to be able to get on top of this cannon from behind, going to be able to kill it off. And these lings are starting to chip away at this gateway. He cannot get rid of that wall off. Soulkey just completely annihilating Mini with all of this pressure. The cannon is still trying to get up right now, but the wall is down, and there are lings flooding into this base right now. They're actually just going to go straight up into the main, with even more lings coming out across the map. Maybe will be a wall off, but at this point, there's been so much damage done that it doesn't even matter. He's going to be able to kill off the cannon! Oh, he left it alive! He didn't quite kill it, but there's so many lings in the main right now. They're going to be able to get right on top of this probe line, and even the probe drills are not good enough right now. These lings are going to be able to finish off this cannon, going to be able to do tons of damage, and the natural as well, and Mini is falling apart. The wall was just not there in time. He played way too defensively with those zealots early on, and now he's starting to suffer from it. First, Corsair is going to come out, but that's not going to help him versus these lings. At best, that's going to mitigate some of the pressure and maybe keep him alive for a little bit longer, but it's not going to actually save him, because right now there are more lings getting on top of this cannon. They're going to be able to snipe it out, and more lings pouring in here are going to be able to kill off the rest of the units in this natural. This is devastating for Mini right now. He doesn't have anything to defend this. I honestly would have liked him to see him throw down another gateway or two instead of that Stargate, but this is so brutal right now. He actually built a scout. Oh my gosh, you can tell this is complete troll for Mini. He realizes he's lost, so he's just gonna build a scout, run across the map, and just try to be cute. This cannon in the main going down, and it's just going to be the rest of the probes falling shortly. But he's got to wait. He's got to reveal the scout. Scout's got to get at least one drone kill. I feel like that's the magical number over here. So here comes the scout, going to start working on that hatch. In about 2 years, the scout will be able to finally kill that off. In the meantime, just tons of micro coming down in the main for Mini. Oh my gosh, what is this? There's the GG. Soulkey ripping his opponent apart. Mini with a good scout troll.